Well, friends, we now have an answer to the question, what will Donald Trump do once he's indicted? And we have that answer right from the mouth of the orange horse himself. Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So friends, Donald Trump has now directly addressed the question of what he will do once he's indicted. Here is the new reporting from the New York Times. Headline, Trump says he would stay in 2024 race if indicted. Donald Trump said he wouldn't even think about dropping out of the race for White House if he's indicted. Because of course, why would he do anything for the good of the country? That article begins, former President Donald Trump said on Saturday that he would not drop out of the 2024 presidential race if he was indicted in one of several investigations he's facing. Mr. Trump made the comments to a group of conservative media before his speech to the Conservative Political Action Coalition Conference in National Harbor, Maryland. It was the first time Mr. Trump spoke publicly about how he would respond if he was indicted while actively seeking the presidency. Mr. Trump is facing two state investigations, one in New York City and one in Fulton County, Georgia, as well as two federal investigations led by Jack Smith, a special prosecutor. Mr. Smith is investigating Mr. Trump's attempt to thwart the peaceful transfer of power after losing the 2020 election, as well as Mr. Trump's possession of hundreds of classified documents and presidential material at his private club, Mar-a-Lago. Mr. Trump was definitive when asked Saturday whether he would stay in the race if one of the prosecutors brought an indictment. Quote, "Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't even think about leaving," close quote, he said, adding that he believed an indictment would increase his poll numbers. Of course, this comes as absolutely no surprise. Let's start by stating the obvious. Donald Trump ran for re-election in 2020 to stay out of prison because our Department of Justice has a stupid, democracy-damaging policy that says we can't indict a sitting criminal president. So naturally, Trump had to run for re-election in 2020 to stay out of prison. I actually think one of the reasons Trump tried so desperately to steal the 2020 election is because he believed he would be arrested upon leaving office. And frankly, that would be a reasonable belief. Remember those 10 obstruction of justice felony crimes Donald Trump committed that were meticulously documented by Bob Mueller in the Trump-Russia report? Remember when Bob Mueller testified that Donald Trump can be indicted upon leaving office? You know, I think Donald Trump and all of America, at least those of us who care about the rule of law, believe that was precisely what happened. Donald Trump would be charged for his crimes. You know, friends, I don't think Donald Trump ever dreamed that 2 years and 2 months after he left office, he would be unindicted, footloose and fancy-free, playing golf and running once again for the presidency of the United States. So friends, on the one hand, I remain optimistic that indictments will come. But on the other hand, you know, I am shocked, I am saddened, I am sickened that there has not been one overt law enforcement act 2 years and 2 months later to hold Donald Trump accountable for even a single one of his crimes. You know, law enforcement acts instantly and overtly when it's a poor man, when it's a person of color, when it's someone with no power, no influence, no connections, when someone like that snatches a purse, sells a rock of crack or a bag of dope, steals a deodorant stick from CVS, oh yeah, law enforcement acts instantly and overtly to hold those folk accountable. And let's state this sad truth. It is the lack of overt, timely law enforcement action when it comes to the ruling class criminals violating the law that allows and feeds America's moral decline, as epitomized by Donald Trump being in a position to run for high government office yet again. You know, friends, the indictments quite literally can't come soon enough, because justice matters. Friends, as always, please stay safe, please stay tuned, and I look forward to talking with you all again soon.